Recording there, Evan. Okay, everything we're doing now is recording. We can of course clip in after this part. Joined here today with Naga. We're commenting on Sky Temple. This is just for our guild, so the guild members can see this afterwards and get an idea of what we are thinking about the game, what our newer members who have just started this game can work to improve on. This is a very interesting map, and it's got some similarities to Albion Online and the 5 versus 5 fighting there, so it's certainly interesting to see. And joined here, of course, with Naga, who is rank 9 after his placements, diamond level player, 10 years of MOBA experience. Let's have some fun. What are you thinking about this match so far, or what it's going to look like?
Because there's a bug in the character selection screen, I didn't get to see the full team.
We got a Sgt Hammer.
Yep.
On the blue team. Who's playing Sgt Hammer there?
The red team. So we have Mancakes on Sgt Hammer.
Okay, Mancakes on Sgt Hammer. And he might be calling the shots there. He's got a fair bit of experience there. He normally plays either a healer or a tank. He's an amazing tank, so he certainly plays that a fair bit. Oh, and Wahii is on Zeratul. He's been trying to play more of those assassin characters recently and doing a very good job of that. Kin plays a lot of different roles. GaRa has played a very good Joanna before, too. I've played with him a number of times. Be curious to see how this goes.
So blue team is more of a balanced general purpose. Like, that team would do pretty well on most of the maps, I would say.
With the Nazebo and so on. Yeah, that shows to me as red, so I guess we'll call that the East team maybe, or Kin's team. Yep. Legion's typing to me now. Remember that time when you said I was the best gamer you've ever seen? That was great. Sunshine's in pretty deep, but she's got fast feet, so she can certainly move around there on the top. It's a nice little fight at the shrine. Wahii, of course, doing Zeratul in and out. I think that was certainly a favorable trade for the East team there. How do you think Joanna will match up against Sgt Hammer?
I think it's gonna be pretty stale until somebody comes around and
like Zeratul right there.
Like right now.
Oh, look at that! Pulling him. Oh, she got knocked back. That was smart.
Yep.
He's taking some damage from the tower. He's got to watch that positioning for sure, but that was a really nice spike. Good trade. Zoning Sgt Hammer out just a little bit. She's got to use her sippy cup already. Now we're at a minute 15, of course, so 15 seconds for the first temple. I'll be curious to see if they go for just one temple or if they move around and try and go for both of them. Sometimes teams lose by trying to go for too much instead of thinking about favorable trades. Oops, I just pinged. I don't know if you can see that. Wallfulls doing a really good job. That's Mancakes there of playing it safe. He's not diving in. He's staying back, soaking. Looks like the West team is trying for the middle shrine mostly, but Red is trying to, or the East team is trying to contest a bit. Akoz really pushing in on them, zoning them out. And something to be aware of with Akoz is he often is trying to zone, not so much the traditional tank of just like peeling for people. He's often trying to zone and move them around. GaRa smartly is soaking the lane while they do this entire fight. Red is being uncontested up top, or the east side. And Nazebo's in lane. I think they're going to get a bit of a level advantage here for the east team. It was a good first fight. 0 kills. Everyone's playing nice and cautious. But there is no one soaking that top lane. Red, the east team is starting to get a bit of an advantage there. Now, what would you say is going on there? Is it just the fact that they told Beast or Legion there to stay and soak, or?
So typically for the first objective, like I kind of want to see it from an economic perspective. If you're doing something, you know, there's an opportunity that you have forgone, right? So in this case, Beast or Legion has chosen to stay bottom to soak up the XP,
right.
And that's why the red team, sorry, the East team is, you know, leading in XP right now. And the result on the objective is that the East team and the West team both got one temple apiece, right?
Yep.
So this is why they are winning experience, because it's a 4 versus 5, and the objectives end up being even.
Okay. Now I did notice something on the bottom there. Akoz was pushing in on Nazebo. He had a chance to pull him, and Dridden was back just a bit dealing with the minions. Both smart moves. Either of those moves very smart, but if they were together, I think they might have been able to kill Nazebo on bottom. That was about a minute and a half ago though now.
Well, that was a really good play by Pride. He basically body blocked Sgt Hammer from moving away.
Nice. And now no one's soaking top, although they are pretty close on XP again. I don't know how they caught up. Now where will Sgt Hammer go now, do you think? See, I would be setting up for bottom lane right now. Bottom lane is the next temple, and right now I would be getting the top merc camp, so that's pushing while we do the bottom shrine. I would basically lose a little bit of XP in lane, but I'd be ready to kick ass at that shrine. I find the temples are really important. Oh,
yeah,
fast feet aren't going to save you there. Oh,
I
wow, Sunshine got away! Holy crap! Sorry.
Sorry about that.
No, I got excited. Okay, Akoz a little low on mana, and all of the East team is heading down. I don't know how this is going to go. A lot of the West team is not in position to help.
Yeah, so see the mistake the West team is making here? They didn't actually stay on the objective.
I'm okay with that. Like, I think it was good to do the team fight first, because if they were on the objective tanking that and dealing with that... See, right now I think it's difficult because they're going to lose the team fight and they're going to lose the objective. They have to do one or the other.
The situation at that time, though, is neither team had like the perfect personnel at the right time.
Okay.
I thought it probably would be better to kind of hold the objective as long as they can, and I think both of the members from West Team, I think it was Akoz and I think the Vala, took 2 ticks from Kindayar's Blizzard.
You're right.
So
yes.
that significantly hindered their ability to continue like a team fight later on.
Yeah, and they got Nazebo split pushing top again, soaking XP. So a lot of fights are doing 4 on 5, but they're pretty tanky. They're doing a good job of it. Ooh, it's a little rough for the tank. They're dealing with that boss there. Now I'd say at that mid fight there, Kin and Wahii did a good job of trying to find someone just a little bit to the east of a fight when maybe the West team wanted to be more to the west. Like if you're damaged, you want to be rotate over to the west. Although they were in the bushes, so I could see why they'd want to do that too. Dridden doing a good job of managing his mana there. Wahii trying to get Akoz. I don't know that he's going to be able to get a tank. He's blinded now too. Ooh, Hammer going for the mid thing. That's a little tough against Kin, yeah. Jane is the perfect person to try and spike him down. But nice trade there. I thought that was really good. Like, Kin did not risk dying there. See, I just wouldn't have the situational awareness to know if the other team is coming in to help him. So I thought it was good not to chase him into an invisible spot, a bush there. What are you thinking?
I'm just looking at everybody's talent.
Oh yeah, let me pull that up.
So I'm not 100% clear on the Lily's level 4 and level 7 talent. And
oh yeah, the serpent build or whatever, yeah. You thinking a bit too much focus on damage when they need the heals?
Typically, I think as a Lily, you want to focus on either Healing Brew or you want to focus on the one that's AoE and blinds, because that blind is a huge matter. If you can blind 4 enemy heroes at the same time, it's actually a big deal.
Yes, yeah, I like the blind build for Lily. That does make sense. Now, a little rough there. I mean, Zeratul doing his job of zoning out Wallfulls. Yeah, sorry, about the build again?
Yeah, and then looking at Uther, he decided to take Divine Storm instead of the Divine Shield.
Right, right. I certainly love that ult in certain matches. I don't know what the right ones to do it are, though. I've seen it used as a good peel.
Depends. In this case, though, I think going either one would be fine.
Okay.
Against the team that they're at. I'm slightly favored towards Divine Shield because I tend to play Uther as like a full support.
Sure, yeah. Wow, that was a lot of damage on Delta Akoz there. Fortunately, the team is just coming in now. And an excellent... Oh, wow, the zombie wall combined with the Void Prison on bottom. Now, Beast should be certainly pulling back. He can use those kin slows there. Nice job, Beast. Singularity spike from Zeratul there, nice too.
Yeah, so at this point it's difficult for the blue team to fight because the red team has the level 13 talent. Meanwhile, the blue, the East team has the level 13.
Yeah, the West team doesn't, right?
And notice that Kindayar chose Icy Beam instead of Ice Block as his level 13 talent, so he is going full out DPS.
Right, he's confident that his team can protect him, and
yeah, and it makes sense too because the West team doesn't have any, burst damage assassins like KO, 02, and Jaina.
Yeah, I think both the Johanna builds look great. The Vala build, I mean, those are all pretty standard. The Sgt Hammer, those are all the current meta kind of builds. Same with Zeratul, that's all standard stuff, very good stuff. I don't play Nazeebo enough to comment on that. Oh, I'm gonna get back to the match here and look at mid, where Akoz is in with Kstyle, so the two tanks against the other team. Decent ult there, but I think he's just going to be standing in damage, unfortunately, because the team is just not near enough. I think, yeah, that's tricky when you're two tanks there, your damage isn't there, they're up top. The team is kind of split, and we're at that team fight kind of phase. And so they're getting caught out. They're moving around as a group of 4, sometimes 5 here now. Sunshine doing a remarkable job of getting away yet again. That fast feet talent and then a little bit of knowledge of when to get out, really good. Bottom being pushed by minions, a lot of pressure on the West team now.
So looking at Uther's talent, he has, at level 16, he has decided to choose Hardened Focus. And if you look at his previous talent build, it's all geared towards like a melee...
right, combat medic.
Close range, right? And taking this talent is... I'm not 100% convinced of why this makes sense, because if you're constantly in close range, most likely your life won't be above 80% most of the time.
Right, so you won't get the quicker stuns anyways, so maybe not the best for this particular one. Okay, interesting fight here. Now Wallfulls unfortunately in a little bit of a bad spot there. Oh! That is gonna be it. That Void Prison, wow. And now they're just gonna body block. Rough bit there. It just seemed like a position error that the very vulnerable Sgt Hammer was to the northwest, and the team was all trying to hide to the south, and that's just a tricky combination there.
Yeah, and again, that was a really awesome play by Pride. He managed to stun the ETC at the exact right time before ETC pulls out the ult.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Good point. Nice rotation there so that someone else is tanking the boss. Wahii successfully dealing with the stuff on bottom just by himself. Sorry, that's Kin. I'm used to Wahii playing Jaina. A bit of a pickle for Nazeebo up top. Now, this is interesting. He's pulling away to the northeast far enough that he might actually get the help that he requires to stay alive. Good zombie wall there.
That is a really good zombie wall.
Oh, but he does get taken down. The team is split up a little bit. The ult doesn't quite catch enough people, I don't think. Look at that GaRa stun to pull ETC out of his ult. That's the neat thing about Johanna is you can go in, of course, and do it at the last second. Even if you get stunned, that still will go off and stop it. Okay, this wasn't exactly a fair matchup. 24-1. I think the teams, like, I mean, Mancakes and all these guys are really good players and stuff. Just having maybe a rough team comp there for facing this match. I don't know if they'll want a rematch after this to switch it up without Sgt Hammer. I think just the choice of Sgt Hammer on a map that's so mobile is tough. Good game. Let's get together with the gang. Any other comments for the recording before we go up on talent or anything?
Nope. Okay. Well, yep. I think the Uther talent is a little bit bewildering.
Sure, yeah.
But besides that, for the most part, it looks fine.
Yeah, and maybe the Lily could build more for the blinds, or although they don't have a lot of. Who is she going to blind on that team, though? I mean, Zeratol is the only one with some.
The blind is very effective for 0-2 because.
Okay.
Because like if you look at the 0-2's build, right, he put follow through and also I think focus attack, right?
Yes.
So that is an auto attack build of 0-2. And
so
that's
she can negate that.
Yeah. So the moment he comes out, if you can get a blind on him, that basically disables his entire damage arsenal.
Yep.
For a few seconds.
Cool. Okay, well, let's hop up. Hey, still recording a little bit of this. If you want to add anything to discussion in terms of just summarizing the match and stuff, certainly a tough match with the, from our perspective, watching it with the Sgt Hammer. It was hard to get into the right positions in that map to make that work. But you also haven't played together too much too, so very difficult to have that kind of level of coordination and stuff. Because you certainly both teams had a lot of good players and some good moves. You'll hear over and over again on the recording, and Sunshine escapes again!
Yeah, positioning, there was one time when the temple had just come up on the bottom, and we were all middle, all 10 of us basically, and it was either team fight or go, and we were waiting for a position, and then the red team started moving off, and Sgt Hammer was kind of last in line, and we all jumped on him her as soon as she was open.
Yeah, and that was essentially our whole game. Our whole game was get Sgt Hammer, we win the team fight. So that was our plan pretty much the whole time.
No,
that's probably I mainly say that's my fault as a shot caller because I don't know the map as well as I should, and then I called the picks that Sgt Hammer should be great, but on feedback after the match it wasn't the best. Just because we couldn't rotate as fast. There's a lot of stuff.
There is a lot of rotation on that map for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
More so than any other, except maybe the mines.
Yeah, on our team, to be quite honest, the only two good picks were Johanna and Lily. Everybody else were bottom tier for that map.
Right.
I don't know.
Who else would you have suggested?
Like Valor's
somebody
still really
quick
good.
that can push by themselves.
Sylvanas.
Yeah, we didn't need a
Sylvanas
second tank on that
definitely
map.
good.
We needed a warrior, like possibly a Sonya, Mubarak. We needed somebody that was melee, more of a warrior. Sgt Hammer's too slow to get anywhere on that map, but there's not really great places to hide. I mean, there's a couple that you can sit in, but there's not many that you're going to have sight and be able to get good shots off.
It's a big map, like Sky Temple and a couple others are certainly the bigger maps. So yeah, that makes sense. That
I mean,
do you want to try one more time with a slightly different team comp, or do you want to call it night and just relax?
Either way, I don't mind doing another one.
Do one more.
Probably shuffle the teams a little bit.